The wild side of fashion has always captivated us, but have you ever wondered how that fierce leopard print leather jacket hanging in your closet actually comes to life? Today, we are taking you deep inside one of the most fascinating manufacturing processes in the fashion industry, where ordinary animal hides undergo an extraordinary transformation into the bold, spotted statement pieces that define rebellious style. What we are about to show you is not just leather manufacturing, it is an intricate dance of chemistry, artistry, and precision engineering that turns raw materials into wearable works of art. From the moment fresh hides arrive at the factory gates to the final quality checks that ensure every spot is perfectly placed, this journey will reveal the secrets behind one of fashion's most iconic patterns. But here is what makes this process truly remarkable. Creating authentic-looking leopard print leather requires not just traditional leather-making expertise, but cutting-edge printing technologies that most people never get to see. We are talking about specialized machinery, custom-formulated inks, and techniques so precise that each jacket becomes a unique masterpiece. The level of craftsmanship involved will completely change how you look at animal print fashion forever. So buckle up, because we are about to peel back the curtain on an industry that combines centuries-old leather crafting traditions with modern innovation. This is not your typical factory tour. This is where fashion meets chemistry, and the results are nothing short of spectacular. The story begins long before any leopard spots appear, in the preparatory halls where raw hides take their first steps toward transformation. These are not just any hides, they are carefully selected sheepskins and premium cowhides that arrive at the factory in massive refrigerated trucks, each one preserved with precision to maintain optimal quality for the demanding process ahead. As the hides enter the facility, they face their first major transformation in what the industry calls the beam house. Here, specialized workers armed with industrial-grade equipment begin the meticulous process of removing every trace of salt, dirt, and unwanted material that could interfere with the final product. This is not a gentle rinse. We are talking about powerful automated systems that scrub, wash, and prepare each hide with mechanical precision. The cleaning process alone involves multiple stages, each designed to strip away impurities while preserving the structural integrity that will make these hides suitable for high-quality leather jackets. Workers monitor massive washing drums as they rotate slowly, allowing cleaning solutions to penetrate every fiber of the material. The goal is simple but critical. Create a perfectly clean canvas, ready to absorb the chemical treatments that will transform it from raw hide into stable leather. Once the hides emerge from their thorough cleansing, they move into the heart of the operation, the tanning department. This is where science meets craftsmanship in the most dramatic way possible. The prepared hides are loaded into enormous rotating drums, some capable of holding hundreds of hides simultaneously, where they will begin the tanning process. Hides spend hours bathing in carefully formulated tanning solutions. The most common tanning process uses chromium-based chemicals that penetrate deep into the hide structure, fundamentally altering its molecular composition. As the drums rotate slowly on their massive axes, workers monitor the process through small windows, watching as the hides gradually transform from their natural state into what the industry calls wet blue, a pale blue material that represents the first major milestone in leather creation. Temperature control becomes absolutely critical during this phase. The tanning solution must maintain precise heat levels while pH balances are monitored constantly to ensure optimal chemical penetration. Factory technicians regularly extract small samples from the drums, cutting cross-sections to examine how deeply the tanning agents have worked their way through the hide. The basification process follows, where the pH levels are gradually adjusted to fix the tanning materials permanently into the leather structure. This chemical bonding creates the stability and durability that will allow the finished jackets to withstand years of wear while maintaining their shape and integrity. The more tanning material that gets fixed during this stage, the higher the final leather's resistance to heat and moisture, which are crucial factors for garments that need to perform in real-world conditions. But the transformation is far from complete. The wet blue leather now moves into the retanning department, where the material's final character begins to emerge. This is where manufacturers add the specific qualities needed for leopard print leather jackets, the softness, flexibility, and surface texture that will accept. Specialized chemicals called fat liquors are introduced during retanning, adding the suppleness that makes leather comfortable to wear while maintaining its structural strength. The process requires precise timing and chemical ratios, as too much softening agent can compromise durability, while too little leaves the leather stiff and uncomfortable for jacket construction. Dyeing operations run parallel to retanning, where base colors are established that will serve as the foundation for the leopard print pattern. The leather absorbs these dyes at the molecular level, creating rich, consistent coloration that won't fade or bleed during the printing process that follows. This base coloring is crucial because leopard patterns rely on subtle color variations and gradations that can only be achieved when the underlying leather provides the perfect canvas. Quality control checkpoints are strategically placed throughout every stage of this process. Technicians armed with specialized measuring equipment evaluate each batch for consistency, checking everything from thickness uniformity to chemical penetration depth. Any hide that doesn't meet the strict standards for leopard print leather jacket production gets redirected to other applications, ensuring only the finest materials advance to the pattern printing stages. The crust leather that emerges from this initial processing represents the successful marriage of traditional craftsmanship with modern chemical engineering. Each hide has been transformed from a raw biological material into a stable, durable foundation ready for the artistic magic that will turn it into the striking leopard print leather that defines bold fashion statements worldwide. The next phase introduces. Now we move to one of the most technologically advanced areas of the entire facility, the pattern application department. This is where ordinary crust leather undergoes its most dramatic transformation, emerging with the bold spotted patterns that make leopard print jackets instantly recognizable across any crowded street or fashion runway. The process begins with computer-aided design systems that map out each leopard pattern with mathematical precision. These are not random spots thrown onto leather. Every rosette, every gradient, and every color transition is carefully calculated to create patterns that look authentically wild while maintaining perfect consistency across thousands of jackets. Designers work with specialized software that can generate leopard patterns in endless variations, ensuring no two jackets are exactly identical while keeping the overall aesthetic cohesive. Screen printing and other pattern application techniques then transfer those designs onto the hide with exacting registration and repeatability. It emerges as the dominant technique for applying these intricate patterns, utilizing massive printing stations that dwarf traditional textile equipment. The leather pieces are positioned on specialized tables while technicians prepare custom-formulated inks designed specifically for leather adhesion. These are not ordinary printing inks. They are engineered to bond with leather at the molecular level, creating patterns that will flex, bend, and move with the material without cracking or peeling over decades of wear. The printing process itself is mesmerizing to watch. Skilled operators guide each piece of leather through precise positioning systems, while enormous squeegees sweep across mesh screens, depositing layers of ink in exact patterns. The leopard spots appear gradually, building up through multiple passes that create the depth and complexity that make the patterns look genuinely realistic rather than flat or artificial. Temperature control becomes critical once again as the printed leather moves through specialized curing ovens. These are not simple heating chambers. They are precisely controlled environments where the inks undergo chemical changes that lock the patterns permanently into the leather surface. The curing process must heat the material to exact temperatures for specific durations, ensuring the inks achieve maximum durability without damaging the underlying leather structure. Some facilities employ cutting-edge digital printing technologies that take pattern precision to unprecedented levels. These massive digital printers can reproduce leopard patterns with photographic accuracy, capturing subtle color variations and spot details that traditional screen printing simply cannot match. The inks used in digital printing are specially formulated to penetrate leather surfaces while maintaining vibrant colors that resist fading even under harsh sunlight and constant use. Direct-to-film printing represents the newest frontier in leopard pattern application, offering capabilities that seemed impossible just a few years ago. This revolutionary technique allows manufacturers to create patterns with incredible detail and color complexity, producing leopard prints that rival the beauty and intricacy found in nature itself. The The process involves printing patterns onto special films that are then heat transferred onto the leather under extreme pressure, creating bonds that integrate the pattern directly into the material surface. Quality control during the printing phase involves both automated systems and human inspection. High-resolution cameras scan every printed piece, comparing patterns against digital templates to identify any imperfections or inconsistencies. Meanwhile, experienced quality control specialists examine the leather by hand, checking for defects, adhesion, texture, and overall color consistency. For proper ink adhesion, color accuracy, and pattern alignment that will ensure each jacket meets the strict standards expected by fashion-conscious consumers. The finishing operations that follow printing are equally crucial to the final product quality. The printed leather undergoes specialized treatments designed to enhance both appearance and performance. Softening agents are applied to maintain the supple feel that makes leather jackets comfortable to wear, while protective coatings add resistance to water, stains, and everyday wear that could compromise the bold leopard patterns. Buffing and polishing operations give the leather its final surface texture and luster. Specialized machinery equipped with rotating drums and polishing compounds work the leather surfaces until they achieve the perfect balance of shine and texture. This isn't just about... The measuring and grading phase employs electronic precision equipment to ensure every piece of finished leather meets exact specifications for jacket construction. Thickness measurements must be consistent within fractions of millimeters, while tensile strength testing verifies that the printing process has not compromised the material's durability. Any piece that fails these rigorous tests gets rejected, maintaining the quality standards that separate premium leopard print leather jackets from inferior alternatives. Environmental considerations have become increasingly important throughout this manufacturing process. Modern facilities incorporate advanced filtration systems that capture and neutralize chemical emissions while recycling water used in various processing stages. The waste heat generated during curing operations is often recaptured and used to warm other areas of the facility, creating efficient production cycles that minimize. Environmental impact must be managed without compromising product quality. Storage and inventory management of the finished leopard print leather requires specialized climate-controlled warehouses where temperature and humidity levels are maintained within narrow ranges. The printed leather must be stored properly to prevent any degradation of the patterns or the underlying material before it reaches the cutting and sewing operations that will transform these spotted hides into the finished jackets that eventually make their way to fashion boutiques and retail stores worldwide. From raw hides arriving at factory gates to the final leopard-spotted masterpieces ready for the runway, we have witnessed an incredible transformation that combines centuries of leather crafting wisdom with cutting-edge modern technology. Every step of this intricate process involves careful oversight and rigorous testing. The production line, from drums to the precision digital printing systems that create those wild patterns, reveals just how much artistry and engineering goes into creating a single leopard print leather jacket. What strikes me most about this entire operation is the sheer complexity hidden behind something we might take for granted. That bold jacket hanging in your closet represents thousands of hours of specialized labor, millions of dollars in advanced machinery, and generations of accumulated knowledge about transforming animal hides into fashion statements. The next time you slip on that leopard print leather, you will know exactly what went into making every botted inch of it. The marriage of traditional craftsmanship with modern innovation we have explored today shows how timeless fashion continues to evolve while staying true to... These aren't just jackets, they are wearable testimonies to human ingenuity and the endless pursuit of bold style. Thanks for joining us inside this fascinating world. If you enjoyed uncovering these manufacturing secrets, hit that like button and subscribe to Made Vision for more incredible behind-the-scenes content. We'll see you next time.